Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching. Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon, a retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years of law enforcement. And guys, if you like all things true crime related from a police perspective, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload another video. I want to say a special thank you to my Patreon supporters, my channel members, and all of the folks who subscribe and positively interact here in the Crime Time with DutyRon community. You guys are an intricate part of this community running smoothly, and all of the moderators and the replay viewers from all across the world. You guys are fantastic, and I can't say enough great about you guys. Today we had the press conference, the news conference with Gabby Petito's family in Long Island, New York, at their attorney Richard Strafford's office. That's the lawyer for the Petitos, and we all just watched the family speak about the thanks and praise that they gave to Suffolk County Police. Her mom, Nicole, pointed out Detective Tracy Barry at the 5th Precinct in Patchogue, and she said she couldn't have gotten through it without her. They talked about the foundations, the Aware Foundation. They spoke about 2 million views on Gabby's picture. The We Help the Missing organization. They were so thankful, and they gave thanks and praise to everybody across the board, from the YouTubers to the folks who were in the media. They gave special thanks to the media. And I want to just say, when I'm wrong, when I get something wrong, I am the first to admit it. When I went to Gabby Petito's memorial service, the funeral service in Holbrook, and I went to the funeral home, there was an urn there, and I reported on my channel that her remains were there because I heard people speaking about it. So it was a mistake that I made, and I'm always the first to fess up to if I made a wrong statement. Her remains, as were confirmed today by her dad, are still with the coroner and still with the FBI back in Wyoming, and they said that they trust that she's in good hands there. So I want to say the apologies to anybody that I may have misinformed in regards to that. And I didn't do it with any malice or any hurtful. It wasn't in a hurtful way. I truly believe that her remains were there based on the people that were chatting and the conversations that I was hearing around me. Actually, Diane was there with me, and we heard pretty much the same thing from some of the folks. So I was wrong on that. And again, any good man will always admit to if they got something wrong, and I did get that wrong. So I apologize to you guys. But I'm going to play. This is a tearjerker, but it needs to be played, and everybody needs to hear this, because the Petito and Schmidt family, they gave thanks and praise to everybody across the board. Now, I'm not going to play the whole press conference, but I'm going to play it from when they come on and when they speak. So let me just say quickly hello to everyone coming in, all the channel members. Sheila is here, retired Sergeant Melinda. Love you guys. Hello, Matty Boy Sully. There's a bunch of people who are here. Boxing MMA. I greatly appreciate it. So if you do get emotional and you don't feel like this is something you want to see, I'm playing this for the people who are outside the country as well, and for those of you, and then we'll go over some of the things that they spoke about. There was an interesting part where they all showed tattoos of Let It Be, and then the tattoo on the inner part of the inside part of the elbow. Those were the tattoos that Gabby Petito designed. She was a artist, we come to find out here today, from her mom. So her mom, the both dads have tattoos on the inside of their arms and on the forearm. So these are things that we will see them show today. So without further ado, I'm going to play this, and then it's only about, I don't know, 15 minutes, and I'll be right back with you guys.
Here, there's Nicole Schmidt, there's Jim Smith, Joe Petito, other members of the family here. Let's listen in live, and then we'll continue to talk here with you live on WFLA Now after the press conference concludes.
Thank you, JB, for all your coverage. Great man.
Good afternoon.
The audio gets fixed in a second.
Nicole called to report that Gabby was missing, the worst fears of any parent played out before our eyes. That nightmare became a reality when the Grand Teton search and rescue team located their beautiful daughter. During that time, they had an outpouring of love and affection and sympathy from not just their family and friends, but from the law enforcement community, the press, and from people around the world. And for that, they thank you. They've been given the time and the space to grieve this awful loss. And we ask that you continue to respect their privacy and give them the space and time to go through this difficult process. Gabby Petito was a beautiful woman. Her infectious smile and love of life made people gravitate to her. Gabby Petito loved life, loved people, and loved experiences. She was the bright light in everyone's life that knew her. Gabby's family does not want that light to dim, and they want to make some good from this awful tragedy. That's why they're starting the Gabby Petito Foundation. I'm joined today with Joe and Tara Petito, with Jim and Nicole Schmidt, and close friend Gary Ryder. They're going to make some statements, and after that, we're going to take some questions. Nick.
No. Is the sound good, guys? Give me a 1 for the sound.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that we encountered out west in Wyoming, all of the law enforcement agencies out there and across the country for doing an amazing job with locating Gabby. Especially want to thank the Teton County Search and Rescue Team, who is a all-volunteer agency that come together. They are highly trained, and they were a part of that mission to find Gabby, and they did an unbelievable job. We're so grateful for everybody out there. They were second to none. They were unbelievable, and we are forever grateful for that. And everybody back home who helped us as well. It was amazing that we were able to get her. We're just happy to have her.
How you doing? I'd actually like to thank all you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the media, press, especially the people that are behind the camera. All right, they don't get enough credit for what it is that they do, and so I do appreciate all them. Social media has been amazing. So I just like to thank everyone, for that. I do. It is greatly appreciated. That was very helpful in bringing our daughter home. So thank you very much.
I don't think we can thank everybody enough. I really want to thank the Aware Foundation and We Help the Missing for putting her poster out there. It reached over 2 million people within 48 hours. It's all over the world. Yeah. And I especially want to thank Detective Tracy Barry of the 5th Precinct here in Patchogue, because without her, we don't know when this would have even happened. She got the ball rolling. She's my angel, and I thank her the most. Thank you.
At this time, we'll be taking questions.
Dr. Burns, NBC News. The hashtag Justice for Gabby has been trending. You mentioned how much social media has been helpful in locating her and in this investigation. What does Justice for Gabby look like from here?
Do we answer that?
Yeah.
Justice for Gabby is that we see justice for her homicide. The FBI has classified her death a homicide. They are the premier agency in the country. They're investigating her death, and we believe through their investigation, we will have justice for Gabby.
Rick.
Yes.
We haven't heard from the Laundrie family. We haven't been able to hear much from the FBI. They can't share a lot with us about Brian's whereabouts. Is there anything that you can tell us about the efforts to find him, what the family thinks about where he might be, and the Laundrie family silence?
Again, for the Laundrie's silence, the Laundries did not help us find Gabby. They're sure is not going to help us find Brian. For Brian, we're asking you to turn yourself in to the FBI or the nearest law enforcement agency.
Yesterday, the Laundry family released a statement saying that Mr. and Mrs. Laundry are not helping Brian get away and hide. Do you believe them?
That's for the FBI to investigate. I believe that they're the preeminent law enforcement organization in this country, and I know they're investigating all avenues of this case.
Rick, Trevor L. from ABC. Yes. You touched on trusting the FBI here. Does it bother the family at all that Brian Laundry's still not named as a suspect in Gabby's disappearance?
The parents are 100% happy with the FBI. They've been with us at every single step of the way, and we know that they will bring justice for Gabby.
The Foundation for Gabby from CNN. Can you or the family talk at all about or describe what kind of contact you had with the Laundry family since early September, and what your previous relationship was like with that family while Gabby and Brian Laundry were dating? Any sort of insight you can give us?
We're not going to talk about the relationship between the Petito, the Schmidt, and the Laundry family. The Petito and Schmidt family have spoken with the FBI, and they've requested that we don't discuss any relationship between Gabby, between
we're just hoping that through our tragedy with losing Gabby, that in the future that some good can come out of it, that we can help other people that may be in a similar situation, reach out to these other organizations that do similar things and find out what's missing. You know, what can we do to fill that void? What can we do to help people? Just from the Aware Foundation alone and reaching 2 million people, they told us that other law enforcement agencies are now starting to look back at other missing persons cases and starting to reinvestigate them and look into them. And we're just hopeful that we're able to help people in the future, you know, just try to get through something similar.
In the vein of not letting the light grow dim, I noticed Mom and Dad have some new tattoos that resemble that of Gabby. Would you be willing to tell us about that?
Yeah,
That's her
these
mom
were
right there. That's
tattoos that Gabby designed herself. She was an artist, and
I wanted to have her with me all the time,
so we all
I feel it. This helps.
we all put them. We all.
In the vein of not letting the light
It says
grow
right
dim,
here
I
she was an
noticed
artist. She
Mom and
designed
Dad
the
have some
tattoo.
new tattoos that resemble that of Gabby. Would you be willing to tell us about that?
Yeah, these were tattoos that Gabby designed herself. She was an artist, and
I wanted to have her with me all the time,
so we all
I feel it. This helps.
we all put them. We all.
Can you all show us?
Got 'em.
Everybody.
Can you
It's
tell
all
us
right,
what
we
they
do.
say and just let it be?
Let it
Let
be.
it be.
Let it be.
Believe.
Yeah, sure.
And you said Gabby designed those.
Gabby drew this one.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the end all, right? We
Can
We need positive stuff to come from the tragedy that happened. All right. We can't let her name be taken in vain. We need positive stuff. All right. So anything that we can do to bring that up and help people, that's what we want to do.
Joe, do you think Brian's still alive?
I'm not going to talk about
Has
that.
it-
Business efforts to save from music, just about the community coming together. I mean, we've been at the memorial almost every day, and you have people coming from all over Long Island, from Montauk to the West End, because they all say they felt such a connection to Gabby. Like somebody said, she reminds them of her son, things like that. What does that mean to you that she just drawn emotions from so many people over the country? I mean, I'm sure, and your Blue Point community with the candles being lit. Can you just step up and possibly respond to that outpouring and what it's meant to you?
I don't know how to respond to that. I just hope that people are inspired by her. It's hard to put into words, but it means a lot to me that she's touched so many lives already, and this is only 2 weeks into it, and I'm so proud of her for doing this, and we're gonna keep it going. Like you said, keep the light going and help a lot of people if we can.
And will the foundation just be for missing children or missing adults as well? I think it said children, but I didn't know.
We're still working out, you know, this has only been a few days, so we're still working that out. We want to help in any way we can. I just want to add to the last question that we've received letters, emails, cards from all over the world, from Australia, from Europe. We had people from Italy. We had people at the funeral that came from as far away as Texas, as Florida, as California. So people from all over the country have called and sent their well wishes.
Can you confirm that the fraudulent activity that Brian's been charged with, was that Gabby's card that he was using?
That's something you're going to have to talk to the FBI about. That I know that they have unsealed an indictment, so I believe they would be the best agency to deal with that.
And just a question for Joe. Joe, you mentioned social media. Can you tell me, do you feel obviously that the outpouring of people all across the world with tips coming in that social media helped find Gabby? And how do you feel knowing that she was someone who wanted, you know, she was in social media, the videos she made, everything else?
I don't want to dismiss the ridiculously hard work that the FBI and law enforcement all around did, but social media has been amazing and very influential. And to be honest, it should continue for other people too. This same type of heightened awareness should be continued for everyone. And that goes for you all too.
Joe, your words at the memorial service were very touching to many people. And I'm wondering if you've heard from people who heard your words about being inspired by Gabby's life and also leaving bad relationships.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you do that?
Again, we've received messages from individuals on many issues since we started the foundation, and there are some that were really personal, and at this point we're not going to get into that.
Has the family spoken with Jen Bethune, the woman who took the video of the van?
We've spoken with numerous people that gave tips to the FBI and to us.
So they have.
So the reporter just asked, has the family spoke to Jen Bethune? I saw Jen at the funeral. She was in the back with her service dog. I don't know why that the attorney didn't answer that question. Maybe he didn't hear it, or maybe there was a reason why he didn't answer it. But they have, hands down, have spoken to Jen Bethune. She was there for a long time at the funeral. She came in, I spoke with her, and Jen was instrumental in the recovery of their daughter. She was a huge piece of the puzzle. So I got to give credit where credit's due. And I know that was just probably an oversight. These press conferences are stressful, and there's a lot of information they can and can't give. So I needed to stop it there, because Jen was in fact there and has an open line of communication with Gabby's entire family.
Spoken with Jen Bethune?
I believe they have.
Okay.
What do you make of people like Dog the Bounty Hunter and John Walsh getting involved in looking for Brian Laundrie?
And on many issues since we started the foundation, and there are some that were really personal, and at this point we're not going to get into that.
Here we go.
Has the family spoken with Jen Bethune, the woman who took the video of the van?
We've spoken with numerous people that gave tips to the FBI and to us.
So they have spoken with Jen Bethune?
I believe they have.
Okay. What do you make of people like Dog the Bounty Hunter and John Walsh getting involved in looking for Brian Laundrie?
Again, we, just like we ask for help to look from everyone, that if they see Brian Laundrie or any information on that, we're asking that they call the local law enforcement or the FBI. We welcome everybody's help to find him. And if you have any information, we're asking that you call the FBI tip line or your local police department. So we'll take help from everybody.
What's the plans for remains? Has FBI Denver contacted you about timing or when that might be back?
Do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it?
I didn't get a question.
Do you want to do it?
I'll talk about it. So part of our goal was we wanted to bring her home as quickly as possible, but it's important for the FBI, the Teton County Sheriff's, the Teton County Coroner's Office to hold on to her for as long as they need. We want to make sure that no matter what, we do not impede their investigation in any way. We wanted her home immediately. but we understand their position, and we know that she's safe with them, and as long as she's with them. And it was a very tough decision to have to make to come home, but we felt it was important to come home so we could mourn her and celebrate her life and be with our family and friends. And when they're ready to release her, we will be bringing her home.
All right. So he confirmed right there that Gabby Petito's body is still in Wyoming with the FBI, with the coroner. And right, if you're looking at the screen right to the right, her mom, Nicole, is with the blue, the dark blue. The woman over his, if you're looking at the screen, to his left shoulder with the darker blondish kind of hair with the white dress is a family member. I don't know who she is, but she also too has the tattoo on her arm. But her mom is right here to where my cursor is right above where it says WFLA, Jesus, FLA now. That's Gabby Petito's mom. But we just heard Jimmy Schmidt confirm, this is her stepdad at the funeral service. They said, we're all parents to her. We don't call each other stepdad. Well, this is her father, Jimmy Schmidt, confirming that her body and her remains were there. And again, I earlier made a statement that I had gotten it wrong because I heard people chatting at the funeral home that was her remains in the urn. So again, I put my apology out there on that misinformation, and it's corrected here. I waited, and you hear it straight from the family, and that's good enough for me. So we'll hear a little bit more about what she talks about. Detective Tracy Barry from the 5th Squad in Suffolk County. The mom talks about Detective Tracy Barry from Suffolk County Police Department and how great and instrumental she was in getting the word out about Gabby being missing. So this detective was instrumental in getting the ball rolling on notifications.
Have you gotten any of her things back from Florida?
Anyway, we wanted her home immediately.
Contacted you about timing or when that might be back?
Do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it?
I didn't have a question.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So, part of our goal was we wanted to bring her home as quickly as possible, but it's important for the FBI, the Teton County Sheriff's, the Teton County Coroner's Office to hold on to her for as long as they need. We want to make sure that no matter what, we do not impede their investigation in any way. We wanted her home immediately, but we understand their position, and we know that she's safe with them, and as long as she's with them. And it was a very tough decision to have to make to come home, but we felt it was important to come home so we could mourn her and celebrate her life and be with our family and friends. And when they're ready to release her, we will be bringing her home.
Have you gotten any of her things back from Florida?
Not yet.
Jim and Joe, you guys made a plea to the world, the country, the world, to help lead you to Gabby and help you find Gabby. Do you have a similar plea for the world to help you find Brian?
I want to help. I want to ask everyone to help all of the people that are missing and need help. And like I said before, it's on all of you, everyone that's in this room, to do that. And if you don't do that for other people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not being done.
And with Brian, that's our focus is still on mourning Gabby and honoring Gabby.
I just want you guys to hear. I'm not sure if you could hear what he said, but Joe Petito, that's her biological father, and I'm sorry, I wasn't aware, but that is Tara Petito, Joe's wife, behind Jimmy right now. He basically was asked why some of the other cases don't get the same coverage, and kudos to Joe Petito. He said that's on you, the news, because the news controls what gets out. And I'm going to play that. I'm going to put it back because I give him a huge round of applause in front of a whole room full of reporters to say, it's on you. We can't make that happen. It's up to you guys. So let's put that back so you guys can hear that.
Jim and Joe, you guys made a plea to the world, the country, the world, to help lead you to Gabby and help you find Gabby. Do you have a similar plea for the world to help you find Ron?
I want to help. I want to ask everyone to help all the people that are missing and need help. And like I said before, it's on all of you, everyone that's in this room, to do that. And if you don't do that for other people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not being done.
Kudos to him. That was unbelievable. And if you guys go back to this video and listen, when he's answering that question, when they present that question to him and he's answering it, I live in the area where this press conference went on, and we were experiencing thunder and lightning at the time, a storm. And when he's answering this, you can hear the thunder from striking lightning in the background. You can actually hear it. I just heard it in my earphone. When they asked him about I'm going to put it back, and you guys can listen closely with your earphones on. I'm going to put it back, and you're going to hear the thunder in the background.
All the people that are missing and need help. And
There
like
it
I
is.
said before, it's on all
Right
of
there.
you,
That's thunder.
the people that are missing, the people that are missing. And if you don't do that for other people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. I want to help. I want to ask everyone to help all the people that are missing
Saw the lightning?
and need help. And like I want to help.
Here's the lightning.
I want to ask everyone to help all the people that are missing and need help. And like I
Here's
said
the thunder.
before, it's on all of you, everyone that's in this room, to do that. And the people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not being the people that are missing, that's a shame. The people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not. I want to help. I want to ask everyone to help all the people that are missing and need help. And like I said before,
there you go.
It's on all of you,
That's freaking
everyone
amazing.
that's in this room, to do that.
I would have never heard that if I didn't have the headphones.
And if you
on.
don't do that for other people that are missing, that's a shame. Because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not being done.
And with Brian, that's our focus.
I don't know. By a show of hands, who? I mean, I tried to play that like 3 different times back. You actually see a flash. I had, when I first saw this, when I listened to the replay, I thought that was a reporter with taking a picture. But I was listening to it on my cell phone. But now I'm hearing in the studio with my headset on. I heard the thunder, and I saw the flash of lightning, and then that thunder. How amazing is that? That's a sign from Gabby and all missing and all murder victims. I don't know if that's not divine intervention. I don't know what is. I mean, I'm going to go back and listen to that over and over again and look at that here when I wrap up with you guys. That was unbelievable. I don't want to keep playing it, but I mean, to me,
Focus is still on.
That's incredible.
Way.
Yeah, we'll do it again, full through. Watch for the lightning light up.
Do you have a similar plea for the world to help you find Ron?
I want to help. I want to ask everyone to help all the people
there it is, right
that
there,
are missing and need help. And like I said before,
there's the thunder.
It's on all of you, everyone that's in this
chills,
room,
man,
to do that. And if you don't do that for other people that are missing, that's a shame. because it's not just Gabby that deserves that. So look to yourselves on why not that's not being done.
And with Brian, that's our focus is still on mourning Gabby and honoring Gabby. The FBI is doing everything they can, and we have our full faith in them. So.
Can you say anything about what your understanding is of what was going on between September 1st and September 11th? Is this something you want to talk about?
No, we're not going to comment on that. That's part of the investigation at this point.
And I understand.
Shot of the four parents again, with your tattoos just all together. Oh yeah, sure. Maybe.
Sorry.
That's all right. In front of the mics, there's a lot of wires.
I know. Just.
You guys met Joe?
When did you have these done?
We all had it done last night.
Oh, wow.
We all did it together. Like we said, we've always co-parented Gabby together, and that's not going to stop now. We're in this together.
And do 3 of them say let it be, and then mom's or says?
Mom has let it be as well.
I'm sorry, is that Gabby's handwriting? Is it this or is it just?
This is the way she had it written.
That's the way she had it on her arm.
Yeah. So we all did it. I'll go on rest, yes.
Yeah, the one on your arm.
And did you always have that vine on your finger, or did you?
Gabby had that vine.
And you got that recently, or?
I got that last night too.
The light is reflecting. Yeah.
Oh, I saw the bandage on.
Yeah, I took mine off, sorry.
Very sorry.
Thank you. Listen, you guys have been great, and I appreciate every one of you, and all the people, like I said, that are behind the cameras that don't get the credit. You guys were instrumental, but everyone deserves the same type of awareness and the same type of stuff. So, thank you all.
Kudos, Joe.
We're good? We're good.
What's next?
She said, "What's next?"
We just have one question over here. What's next?
We don't stop.
Yeah, we don't stop, remembering Gabby and keeping her name out there and fighting for other people out there like her. She's always with us every day. She's giving us signs. It's difficult. We've been talking. We don't, where do you go from here? How do you go back to normal, whatever normal may be from here on out? But we have each other. We're a big family. We have a huge support network, and we're just going to keep pushing forward and living every day and loving every day, because that's what Gabby did, and that's what we need to do.
A lot of people would be very angry right now. Can you talk about, or do you at some level have anger, or is it just not happening yet?
We go through our bouts. It's an emotional roller coaster. There's ups and downs. Days that were full of pain and grief. Sometimes angry, but you stop, you take a breath. Remember Gabby and all the great times we had with her, all the good memories, and all the good things we want to do in her name in the future. And that's what picks you up. That's what carries you through, and hopefully will keep us going from here on out.
And Jim, what kind of signs has she been giving you? Can you just step up a little bit? Thanks.
We actually got behind a car yesterday, and there was a Wyoming sticker, and the letters were GBZ.
Gabs.
So Gabs. She's with us. She's with us.
She's with us.
So a reporter asked her about the signs. She said that they were behind a car that had the Wyoming plate with the GBB. So for Gab.
She's with
I
us.
think we're good.
The signs are there. You just have to look for them.
Thank you all so much.
Appreciate everyone.
Thank you.
What a strong family. I got to tell you, that was moving. But the thunder and lightning, it looked like it happened twice there. If that's not a message in the divine intervention, I don't know what is. This is a family of honor, respect, service. Don't forget, her father, Jimmy Schmidt, He was the chief of the Blue Point Fire Department. He's a lifelong public servant who volunteered his time. You don't get paid as a volunteer fireman. So Jimmy has been a public servant his entire life, and he went out to Wyoming and represented the family in a very, very difficult time. And they were so, so complimentary to the law enforcement, to the searchers. They mentioned the searchers on the ground at the Teton National in the Teton National Park. They mentioned the Teton Search and Rescue Squad. It's a team of volunteers who search for folks who go missing in the Tetons. He said they were second to none. That's straight from Jimmy Schmidt, Gabby's father. Sheila, thank you for the $25 super chat. She says, Ron, please take this small amount and donate it towards the Gabby Fund. I'm going to link, thank you, I will. I'm going to link the Gabby Petito Foundation. It still goes to the Jimmy Mack Fund, and then they're going to take the money from the Jimmy Mack Fund, which are facilitating the donations. I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to be donating $1,000 from Crime Time with DutyRon. That's coming from all of us. That's not from me personally. That's from my channel. I'm going to be donating $1,000 when this live stream is over to that fund. I encourage every one of you to go straight over and donate, even if it's $1. Donate it to them, because these people are talking about helping other families and folks who are in, you heard at this press conference, you heard it from Gabby Petito's family. They are going to help folks who are in a similar situation with the fundage that comes in from this. So these folks are not done with this. They are going to be helping people. So I am donating $1,000 from Crime Time with DutyRon. As soon as I disconnect this live stream, I will link, as I do in every video that I create, a link to the fund where you can go and donate. I encourage everybody to get behind these people, because they're not done with their work. And it seems like they're going to be, this is going to be a lifelong mission of the Petito Schmidt family. And they're going to help and be instrumental in bringing a spark to the news media, to our elected officials, to the local, state, and federal officials who search for the missing. I have a feeling, and I could feel it in my heart, that the Petito Schmidt family are going to make a difference, and they're going to do their best to make a difference. So that is a great, great thing that we are looking forward to the work that they do in the future. But right now, they are still mourning the loss of their daughter, Gabby Petito, 22 years old, who, by all accounts, was murdered by her boyfriend / fiance in a cowardly fashion. He's on the run or is hiding somewhere. And, this is not the live stream to talk about who's on the case and who's helping and who's not helping and who's doing this. We have to let the wheels of justice go. We need to bring Gabby home, have her back here, bring her home, and have justice served for the family. And if that's not possible, again, going forward, you got to get behind these people and support them. We heard lawyer Richard Stafford for the family of the Petitos and Schmidt say that they are overwhelmed with the amount of people who have reached out, complete strangers, people who have donated food, flowers, offers of everything under the sun. And they made a special plea to the Aware Foundation, who got Gabby's picture out to 2 million people in such a short period of time. And the We Help the Missing organization, Detective Tracy Barry, Suffolk County Police Detective from the 5th Squad in Patchogue. We heard Nicole say how instrumental she was in getting the ball rolling. So again, you know, I have a whole bunch of shows coming up in the future. I have a forensic psychologist who's going to join me. She's from the West Coast in California. We're going to get her on to talk about Brian Laundrie's psyche. She's going to break it down for us. And this will be in the future. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm in the works of getting that going. And I think we could probably all learn something from this forensic psychologist. She's got unbelievable background, and she's going to come on and talk about it. But I just want to say thank you to anybody and everybody who donates directly through to the Gabby Petito Foundation. The Johnny Mac Fund is who's facilitating the proceeds at this time, but it'll be eventually all funneled and put straight through that foundation that they created. And I encourage everybody to go over there, even if it's $1. It's $1 well spent. And I think that they're going to be doing good things with the funds, and a lot of good things for our missing and the folks who do not have a voice. And you heard Joe Petito say to the news reporters, it's up to you to get these people's cases out there in the public, because they control the narrative. They control what gets out and what doesn't. The news reports on it, not the families or the people. It's up to our news media, and they have a powerful tool available to them. And that's why for YouTube and the great respectful content creators that speak about these families and these cases, it helps. Every little bit helps. So each and every one of you who have left positive comments, who have donated, who have just put your 2 cents in a respectful way, that helps. Every little bit helps. So again, I want to say thank you to the channel members, Patreon supporters, the replay viewers, and everyone who subscribes and follows me on all social media. I'm going to put it up. Make sure you subscribe to DutyRon here on YouTube. We're approaching 100,000 subscribers, and you 100,000 subscribers are great people, great family, great friends. Go over to DutyRon.com, where you can see all things DutyRon and all links to domestic violence, to how to keep yourself safe while online. There's links on there for cyber crimes, a whole host of different things on DutyRon.com. So I encourage you to go over, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Go on over to DutyRon.com and check things out. I am doing a fundraiser for EquiSearch Midwest. I have 300 of these Lost But Not Alone. They just came to my house. These wristbands, I'll take it off. I'd even be willing to give one of these away to one of my lucky viewers. But it says here, and you know, they're comfortable to wear. It says Lost is Not Alone and EquiSearch Midwest. And I'm going to be selling these for a fundraiser for Midwest EquiSearch. They sent me 300 of these, and I'm going to charge $10 each one of these, and that will be $3,000 that goes straight to EquiSearch Midwest. And they are searching for the missing. They're a great group. I am the law enforcement liaison with EquiSearch Midwest. Go over to DutyRon.com. Tell me how many you want, and I will send you a way to send the fundage, and then we will mail it out to you guys. So a lot of love and respect from my house to yours. As I always like to end these, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of you. Emily, send me an email. Go to DutyRon.com or send me an email, and I'll buy yours for 20. Thank you, Emily. Hit me up on DutyRon.com, and I will take care of it. God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, and all victims of crime and their family, but especially at this time, Gabby Petito's family. We send them strength, prayers, positive vibes, and support, loving support. And it goes to all of the missing and all of the folks who are victims of crime across the globe. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being you. Peace and love from DutyRon. We'll talk to you soon.